and measures being taken by stakeholders to get it to bounce back.
According to the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, the tourism industry has contributed about 5.7% to Ghana's GDP. It maintained its fourth place as the fourth highest foreign exchange earner for Ghana after gold, cocoa, oil. But how much of this has the Volta region contributed to this particular GDP? Come with me as we explore the entire Volta region, moving from tourist side to tourist side, but essentially speaking to the folks in these various communities. How has this tourist site impacted their life over the year?
Traveling for about 40 minutes, we made our first stop at the Adaklu Mountain. Ceci Moses has lived in this community for over 50 years. He tells me people come to hike on the mountain for fun, but pay nothing.
I'm over now. It's ganda le tuaji. Papa henuzio ole tiango. Eba amoyi na va pona. Gake me charge na hona. Gadeke leosio. After catching the beautiful sights and landscape, we went through Ho to Tafi Atome.
We have been welcomed by one of the monkeys here at the Tafi Atome Monkey Sanctuary.
The manager of the Monkey Sanctuary, Francis Akwe, was of the firm belief that Volta region stands to gain from tourism than any other natural resources.
What I normally tell people is the best thing ever to happen to you is tourism. Even if there were to be these mines all over, I wouldn't support people going to mine them. You know, Volta region has gotten, you know, the best ever, the best natural attractions, potentials that we can turn into tourism. You know, yes, tourism is benefiting. I mean, Volta region benefits a lot from tourism because most of the tourists that visit Ghana, they like to visit Volta region. We should target cleanliness, and when we target cleanliness, after targeting cleanliness, then they look at the potentials in each area so that they will gather them together and then start to sell the place out. In fact, the oils, the mines, the golds and all that they say they have in the region, I wouldn't sign any petition that they should mine them.
The negative impact of COVID was obvious at all sites.
Early, tourism was booming. I mean, it was doing well. The industry was doing very well. Since I came 2018, 2019, it's been very well. The figures were climbing from what we gather from the tourist sites and all that. It was climbing until, like you said, the COVID came in, and then there was a dramatic halt to everything. I mean, the industry, as you know, the industry has been the most affected across the globe, not only in Ghana, but across the globe. And indeed, the Volta was no exception. So, in fact, lots of them, virtually almost all the sites closed down.
The Volta Regional Director of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Alexander Nketia, who superintends over the industry, was optimistic as restrictions ease.
We are trying to enhance the capacity of the various tourist sites and also of the industry as a whole, because you can say the industry is growing. We used to have about 197 tourist facilities. Now we are about almost 300. So you can see the shoot from where we are from 197 to about 300.
After touring almost 3 places earlier in the day, we are finally at the waterfalls. Surprisingly, a number of cars are parked here. Looks like business activity is bouncing back after the impact of COVID-19. Some cars I can see boldly written on them KNUST, indicating that they are coming from Kumasi.
The managers of the Vli waterfalls say their numbers are gradually picking up. Emmanuel Kojo Blokpo is the senior tour guide.
We tell them that this is the highest waterfall in West Africa, and there are a lot of things to see. Even going there alone, you cross over 9 bridges to get there. Then when you get to the top, we have a lot of fruit eating bats or straw-colored bats. So I mean, very interesting. And when it's 3 o'clock, as the sun goes down, you see the rainbow also coming up. And people, some of them get scared, but we call the attention that it is only nature.
From March, there about the COVID setting.
Yep.
But 2029, you can share with us
you can share with us how much came in as some sort of revenue? 2019 there, yeah.
In fact, I cannot be very precise.
But estimatedly.
But I can tell you one thing for sure, that during the 2 years period, we were able to crop in the old currency about, say, 3 billion cedis.
He called on government to turn attention to the abandoned tourist village, which has become a haven for churches.
If you look back here, there's a very big tourist village started by Madam Hawa Yakubu. Okay. And we are here to open it.
Look into the camera and tell the government or the Minister of Tourism what you think is that major concern that needs to be addressed at the waterfalls.
The tourist village must be fully completed and open very soon, so that a lot of visitors will come here. Even we are even trying to see if we can accommodate some of them there. Like when our students come from far place, we can ask them to lodge here and go back instead of driving back to Kumasi, Tamale in the night.
After walking for several minutes, I met 6-year-old Elinam on her return from the waterfalls. So, little girl, what is your name?
Elinam.
Elinam, beautiful name. And what are you here to do? Is this your first time at the waterfalls? You've been here before?
No, I went to another place.
Okay, but Vli Waterfalls, this is your first time at Vli Waterfalls, right? That's great. How was the feeling like?
It was normal.
It was normal. Did you swim?
No.
Why?
Because I didn't send the swimming costume.
Oh, Daddy didn't bring it, so Mommy didn't bring it. We have to chase them up. Don't you think so? But are you going to be here again?
No.
Will you love to come back?
Yes.
You love to come back? So what was the beautiful thing you saw at the waterfalls that you can share with me?
I saw a mountain.
Okay. And what again?
And I saw butterflies.
Oh, you love butterflies. Wow, how beautiful are they?
And I saw water.
Oh!
I finally made it to the Vli Waterfalls. This is a very beautiful sight to behold. He who experiences it knows it more. This is the Vli Waterfalls, and in fact, I have been inside that water. I can tell you, the water is too chilled. And do you know the amazing thing? I've been able to touch that particular mountain. When the water was just falling on me, you can just imagine it, how I'm feeling.
Back to Ho, we coincidentally met winners of Joy FM and Volta Serene package being treated to a night by the fireside. Those who spoke to Joy Business couldn't hide their joy. They made these proposals.
When we heard about the package that Volta Serene Hotel in partnership with Joy FM was presenting, we thought that was the perfect opportunity for us to sign up. And that is why we are here.
Essentially, we keep preaching about local tourism. We made our folks locally to patronize what they have. Do you think it's about time the publication goes out there, the tourism industries themselves do their local marketing enough to make sure that local tourism is prioritized over the Dubai, over the Kenya and other foreign countries?
Very much so, and I think maybe this is where I'll give some credit to both Joy and Volta Serene Hotel. I heard about this program, just driving to work one day, and on Matilda Andor's program, is it Doreen Andor's program, she talked about it, and we thought that was a great opportunity. Now talk about domestic tourism. One is even knowing where to go, because we don't make a lot of noise about all these places, and that's an amazing place that we can say so much about. As I said, the environment, the vegetation, the fact that it's the highest waterfall in the whole of West Africa. That alone is a selling point, and yet we don't talk much about it.
He later made it to the new discovery, the Avedakpa Crocodile Pond. One of the 4 major forts built by the Danish at Keta for slave trade is on its knees seeking renovation.
Just last year, Ghana marked the year of return, and that marked the 400 years of slavery. And in all this, we saw our forefathers, their descendants, trooping in from outside this country, from the US, especially the UK, and all over the globe, coming to Ghana to pay homage to their forefathers. And in all of this, we have come to Keta, the Fort Princeton. We understand it's among the 4 major forts built by the Danish. Now, this is the dungeon of no return. We understand this particular room is for the hardened slaves, the 12 ones.
Was among the 4 major Danish structures in the eastern section of Ghana. Where we are now, this is one of the rooms, the dungeon, where they kept the hardened slaves at that time. And this, as you can see, these are some of the chains where the slaves were chained to.
Wow.
Used to chain the neck and the leg of the slaves.
Oh my goodness.
This is the ankle, the one they used to chain the leg.
This place, the iron rods are exposed, quite dangerous for tourists. Is it going to be closed down, or there is something you think must be done now?
The fort is in deplorable state. For now, because of the COVID, we have, all the forts and castles have been closed.
Okay.
So we are waiting for reopening all the forts and castles and then the museums in Ghana. So, as you can see, we are not receiving visitors. And we are waiting for the instruction from our headquarters before we open officially. So, as you can see, the fort is in deplorable state. So we are appealing to NGO stakeholders, to come to our aid.
This is tourism from the Volta Region. Blue Waterfalls reporting for Joy Business. Juho Fred.
Now finally tonight, our quick take with the Executive Director of the MBSSI, Koshi Yankee Ayer, who has been updating us on the disbursement of government stimulus package.
There are 2 types of loans. There's the ADOM and an industrial. The ADOM was looking at the micro segment.